Think a worn-out quarter in your pocket is worthless. Think again. Some rare Washington quarter coins, even in bad condition, have shocked collectors by selling for thousands, even millions of dollars. From hidden minting errors to ultra-rare varieties, these ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary value. In this video, we reveal the most valuable Washington quarters you might already have. Don't spend it until you watch this. First up, the 1981 D Washington quarter belongs to the historic Washington quarter series, one of the most recognizable coin designs in United States history. This coin features the portrait of George Washington, whose image has been used on the quarter since 1932 to commemorate the 200th anniversary of his birth. The D Mint mark on this coin indicates that it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the major coin-producing facilities in the United States. The mint mark is located on the obverse side, just to the right of Washington's ponytail, and it helps collectors identify where the coin was produced. The 1981 D quarter is made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, meaning it has an inner core of pure copper surrounded by outer layers of copper mixed with nickel, giving it a silvery appearance. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and features a ridged edge, which was originally designed to prevent the shaving of precious metals from coins. On the obverse side of the coin, the design shows a left-facing bust of George Washington with the word "Liberty" inscribed above his head, the phrase "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1981 below. The reverse side displays a classic heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, holding arrows in one claw and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing readiness for war and desire for peace. Above the eagle are the words "United States of America," and below it is the denomination quarter dollar. This reverse design was used for many decades before being replaced in 1999 by the State Quarter series. The artistry of the coin reflects both strength and tradition, making it a staple in American coinage collections. When discussing a 1981 D Washington quarter in bad condition, it is important to understand what bad condition means in coin collecting terms. Coins in poor or heavily circulated condition are often graded as good G, very good, VG, or even lower if they are extremely worn or damaged. In such condition, most of the fine details on the coin are no longer visible. For example, Washington's hair may appear flat and smooth, with little to no detail remaining. The lettering on the coin may be partially worn, and the rims might be weak or blending into the fields. On the reverse side, the eagle's feathers are often indistinct, and the overall design may look faded due to years of circulation. Additionally, the coin may have scratches, dents, discoloration, stains, or even environmental damage such as corrosion if it has been exposed to moisture or harsh conditions. The value of a 1981 D quarter in bad condition is generally very low. Because the coin was produced in very large quantities, over 258 million pieces, it is considered a common coin. In heavily circulated condition, it is typically worth only its face value of 25 cents. Coin dealers and collectors usually do not pay a premium for such coins unless they have unique characteristics. However, there are exceptions. If the coin has a rare mint error, such as a double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, or other unusual feature, it could be worth significantly more even in poor condition. These errors are relatively rare, but they are highly sought after by collectors, and their value depends on the type and visibility of the error. Another factor that can affect the value is whether the coin was part of a special mint set or has any unique toning. Sometimes coins develop natural toning over time, creating interesting colors on the surface. While this is more valuable in higher grade coins, even lower-grade coins can attract attention if the toning is particularly appealing. Still, in most cases, a worn 1981 D quarter does not carry significant collectible value and is mainly kept as part of a general collection or for educational purposes. Despite its low monetary value in bad condition, the 1981 D Washington quarter remains important for beginners in coin collecting. It serves as a good example for learning how to identify mint marks, understand coin grading, and recognize the effects of circulation on coin surfaces. Collectors often start with common coins like this to build their knowledge before moving on to rarer and more valuable pieces. The coin also represents a snapshot of American history during the early 1980s, a time when coins were widely used in everyday transactions before the rise of digital payments. In conclusion, the 1981 D Washington quarter is a common yet historically meaningful coin. While a heavily worn example may not be worth more than its face value, it still holds significance as part of the long-running Washington quarter series and as a representation of U.S. coinage. Collectors value it more for its educational and historical importance than for its financial worth, especially when found in poor condition. Next up, the 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark is part of the long-running and historically important Washington quarter series, which features the iconic image of George Washington. This particular coin is especially interesting because it comes from a unique period in United States coinage history when mint marks were intentionally removed. Normally, U.S. coins carry a small letter indicating where they were minted, such as D for Denver or S for San Francisco, but from 1965 to 1967, the U.S. government decided to eliminate mint marks temporarily. This decision was made during a nationwide coin shortage to discourage collectors from hoarding coins based on mint origin. As a result, all 1967 quarters, regardless of where they were produced, appear without a mint mark, making them uniform in appearance. The 1967 quarter was produced in massive numbers, with a mintage exceeding 1.5 billion coins, struck across multiple facilities including the Philadelphia Mint and others, though none bear identifying marks. The coin is made of copper nickel-clad composition, which was introduced in 1965 to replace the earlier 90% silver coins. This means the coin has a pure copper core sandwiched between layers of copper and nickel alloy, giving it a silver-like appearance but without intrinsic silver value. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams and has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, with a reeded edge that helps prevent counterfeiting and tampering. On the obverse front, the coin displays a left-facing portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan, along with the inscriptions, "Liberty," at the top, "In God We Trust," to the left, and the date, 1967, at the bottom. On the reverse back, it features a powerful eagle with wings spread wide, clutching arrows in an olive branch, symbolizing both military strength and a desire for peace. The inscriptions, "United States of America," and "Quarter Dollar," surround the eagle, completing the classic design that remained in use until the introduction of the state quarters program in 1999. When considering a 1967 Washington quarter in bad condition, the coin typically shows heavy signs of circulation and wear. Over time, as the coin passes through countless hands, machines, and environments, the fine details begin to fade. Washington's hair may appear smooth and lacking detail, and the lettering might be partially worn or faint. The rim could be weaker blending into the surface, and the reverse eagle design may lose its feather definition, appearing flat and dull. In very Caraba condition, the coin may also have scratches, dents, stains, discoloration, or environmental damage such as corrosion or dark toning caused by exposure to moisture, air, or chemicals. In terms of value, a 1967 quarter in bad condition is generally worth only its face value of 25 cents. Because of its extremely high mintage and lack of silver content, it is considered a very common coin. Most coin collectors do not assign significant premium value to such worn examples. However, there are a few exceptions that can increase its worth. If the coin has a rare minting error, such as a double die, off-center strike, clipped planchet, or wrong metal composition, it could be worth significantly more, even in poor condition. Error coins are highly collectible because they are unique and often visually striking. Another factor that might slightly enhance value is unusual toning. Over time, some coins develop natural colors such as blues, purples, or golden hues due to oxidation. While this is more desirable in higher-grade coins, even circulated coins can sometimes attract collectors if the toning is particularly appealing. Still, such cases are relatively rare, and most worn 1967 quarters remain common and inexpensive. Historically, the 1967 Washington quarter represents an important transitional period in U.S. coinage. The removal of mint marks and the shift away from silver composition reflect broader economic and societal changes during the 1960s. For beginner collectors, this coin provides an excellent opportunity to learn about these changes, as well as the basics of coin grading, mint identification or lack thereof, and the effects of circulation on a coin's appearance and value. In conclusion, the 1967 Washington quarter without a mint mark is not rare in terms of quantity, especially in bad condition, but it holds educational and historical importance. While it may not be worth more than its face value in worn avista, it remains a meaningful piece of American coinage history and a useful starting point for those interested in the hobby of coin collecting. Next up, the 1982 D Washington quarter is an interesting and widely collected coin from the famous Washington Quarter series, which honors George Washington. This coin was minted in 1982 at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small d mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. Like other modern quarters, the 1982 D is composed of a copper-nickel-clad material, meaning it has a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of copper and nickel. This gives the coin its silver-like appearance while keeping production costs low. The coin weighs approximately 5.67 grams, has a diameter of 24.3 millimeters, and features a reeded edge, which consists of small ridges around the edge of the coin. The obverse design of the 1982 D Washington quarter features a left-facing portrait of George Washington, originally designed by sculptor John Flanagan. Above Washington's head is the word, Liberty, while the phrase, "In God We Trust," appears to the left of the portrait. The date, 1982, is displayed at the bottom of the coin. On the reverse side, the coin shows a detailed image of a heraldic eagle with wings spread wide. The eagle is holding arrows in one claw and an olive branch in the other, symbolizing the balance between military strength and peace. Surrounding the eagle are the inscriptions, United States of America, at the top and $quarter at the bottom. This classic reverse design was used for decades before being replaced in 1999 by the State Quarters program. When discussing the 1982 D quarter in bad condition, it is important to understand how circulation affects the coin's appearance. Coins in poor or heavily circulated condition often show significant wear. The high points of the design, such as Washington's hair, cheek, and jawline, become flattened over time, losing their sharp detail. The lettering may appear faint or partially worn, and the rim might be weaker, blending into the coin's surface. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers often lose their definition, and the overall design may look dull or smooth. In very Caraba condition, the coin may also have scratches, dents, nicks, discoloration, or environmental damage such as corrosion or dark staining caused by long-term exposure to moisture and air. One important aspect of the 1982 D Washington quarter is that 1982 was a special year in U.S. coinage. During this year, the United States Mint did not produce official mint sets for collectors. Because of this, finding high-quality uncirculated examples from 1982 can be slightly more challenging compared to other years. However, this does not significantly increase the value of coins in poor condition. In fact, most 1982 D quarters found in bad condition are still very common and are typically worth only their face value of 25 cents. Despite its low value in circulated condition, there are certain situations where a 1982 D quarter could be worth more. Coins with mint errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchettes, or other unusual features, can be valuable to collectors. Even in worn condition, these error coins can sell for significantly higher prices depending on the rarity and visibility of the error. Additionally, coins with attractive natural toning or unusual coloration may attract some collector interest, although this is more common with coins in better condition. From a historical perspective, the 1982 D Washington quarter represents everyday American currency from the early 1980s, a time when physical coins were heavily used in daily transactions. It also reflects the continued use of the Washington quarter design, which had already been in circulation for 50 years by that point. For beginner collectors, this coin is useful for learning how to identify mint marks, understand coin grading, and recognize the effects of wear and tear on coin surfaces. In conclusion, the 1982 D Washington quarter is a common but historically meaningful coin. In bad condition, it generally holds little monetary value beyond its face value, but it remains an important part of the Washington quarter series. It serves as a great educational example for those new to coin collecting and a reminder that even ordinary coins can carry historical significance. Please like and subscribe to my channel.